India has the world's largest number of people, about 76 million, without access to clean drinking water. That is according to a report the international charity WaterAid released last month. As special correspondent Fred de Sam Lazaro reports, an innovative solution to that problem is popping up across the country. His report is part of our Breakthrough series.
The United Nations estimates that women in India spend a collective 150 million workdays every year just gathering water that's increasingly scarce and polluted. Now in parts of the country, including this Delhi suburb, an experiment is underway. It's called the Water ATM. Customers purchase credit on a prepaid card, scan it at the tap, and out comes water that's drawn from the ground and purified right at the site, using a technology called reverse osmosis. Amit Mishra manages the Delhi facilities for a social business called Sarvajal, which hopes to reinvest profits it makes to sustain these outlets over the long term.
This is where the water gets purified.
Yes.
It goes into the large tanks here for storage.
Yes.
With charitable grants for the $30,000 of equipment and land given by the local government, Sarvajal can charge customers a fraction of the price of commercially bottled water, which most people here cannot afford. Fetching water remains a mostly female chore. It's still self-service with heavy lifting, but it's a massive improvement over what most of Delhi's poorer neighborhoods have.
By 12 o'clock?
We filmed their ordeal 6 years ago.
By 4 o'clock.
The long wait for a municipal tanker truck that has no fixed schedule. The mad dash when it finally arrives. The city's middle class buys its way out of such chaos. Jyoti Sharma lives in an apartment that's hooked up to the city water supply. Better off, but hardly well off.
We get water 45 minutes in the morning, and that's it.
From the city?
Yes. Into these storage tanks.
She described an elaborate jury-rigged system of pumps or motors homeowners use to extract water from the aging city pipes.
These are all pipelines laid by the people themselves. And these motors, they actually create a suction vacuum. So if there is no water in the pipeline, that any crack in the pipe will allow sewage or dirty water to get into the pipelines.
And things have hardly improved for most people since our 2010 visit.
In India, every 21 seconds, we lose a child.
K.H. Patil is a state legislator and self-described water activist in the southern province of Karnataka.
Because of contaminated water, the health of our children is really very badly affected.
Across India, it is contaminated by industrial and agricultural discharges and poor to non-existent sewage treatment.
I've got two glasses from either end of the purification process. This one has clean water, this one has the raw water that comes out of the ground. They're indistinguishable to the naked eye, but Amit Mishra here has a meter to measure total dissolved solids, and it's here that you really see the difference. So let's do the clean water first.
So the clean water says around 130 of total dissolved solids.
Within the World Health Organization range
Parameter,
for
yes.
drinkable water.
Yes.
Okay, and let's go to the contaminated one now. 1,912. So this is really like poison.
This is really like poison.
And it's what many people consume, so-called raw water, drawn directly from the ground, sometimes bottled and sold by unscrupulous, unregulated operators.
For a uneducated, there's no difference between the clean and the clear.
But among those who have literally gotten a taste of clean water, there's growing awareness of the health benefits. In the tiny space that is living room, bedroom, and kitchen, Poonam echoed what we heard from several Sarvajal customers as she prepared the family dinner, carefully pouring the water that's just as precious as her staple rice.
In the past, we always suffered from upset stomachs, frequently running to the latrine. We had to go long distances to pick it up, and so we would buy water, and that was full of chemicals. This water is really good.
people see what is happening, and with all that, now they are getting educated.
And Minister Patil says governments at all levels are starting to respond to the drinking water crisis. The Karnataka government, for example, has commissioned 7,000 water kiosks or ATMs like this one in a semi-rural area, pinning high hopes on technology and on private companies that run these facilities that will have an incentive to improve the notoriously unreliable service.
So your incentive to keep the thing running properly is very plain to see. You'll lose money.
Exactly.
If the system is down.
Yes.
Still, he says, despite many satisfied customers, growth has been slower than Sarvajal had planned. The politics are complicated, he says, in the world's most populous democracy, even for life's most basic necessity. For the PBS NewsHour, this is Fred de Sam Lazaro in New Delhi.
And Fred's reporting is a partnership with the Undertold Stories Project at the University of St. Thomas in Minnesota.